As the deadline set by US President Donald Trump for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz neared, and with the threat of extensive bombing of the country's infrastructure looming, Iranian authorities called upon young citizens to establish human chains around power plants. Additionally, the Iranian president reported that 14 million individuals had responded to appeals to volunteer for combat. Trump issued a threat to target all of Iran's power plants and bridges, with bombings should Iran fail to comply with his stipulated deadline to permit the unrestricted resumption of shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. This strategic waterway is notably significant as it facilitates the transit of 1/5 of the world's oil during peacetime. Trump said, "The entire country can be taken out in one night." Trump has consistently prolonged prior deadlines. However, he indicated that the current deadline would be definitive, asserting that Iran had been granted sufficient additional time. Following the attacks by Israel and the United States on February 28th, which marked the commencement of the conflict, Iran obstructed maritime navigation through the Strait of Hormuz. Furthermore, Iran has dismissed a proposed 45-day ceasefire and expressed a desire for a permanent resolution to the war. The US has deployed the legendary B-52 bombers over Iran to suggest Tehran's defenses have collapsed. The big B-52 move signals a shift to sustained deep strike operations. Here's all you need to know. The deployment of the B-52 aircraft over Iran indicates that the United States possesses adequate air superiority to deploy such assets without significant risk of loss. Furthermore, it implies that the US assesses Iran's air defense capabilities as sufficiently diminished to permit the unrestricted operation of these large bombers. The B-52 can carry over 31,000 kilograms of mixed ordnance, including bombs, smart weapons, mines, and missiles. The B-52 has been modified to deploy air-launched cruise missiles and miniature air-launched decoys for extended-range strike options. The B-52 projects power worldwide, with long on-station time and aerial refueling for virtually unlimited reach. Crewed by 5 mission personnel, aircraft commander, pilot, radar navigator, and electronic warfare officer, the B-52 combines human mission management with modernized systems for effective, continuous operations. The bomber is capable of flying at high subsonic speeds at altitudes up to 50,000 feet. It can carry nuclear or precision-guided conventional ordnance. The B-52 can perform strategic attack, close air support, air interdiction, offensive counter-air, and maritime operations. It is also effective when used for ocean surveillance and can assist the US Navy in anti-ship and mine-laying operations. 2 B-52 bombers in 2 hours can monitor 364,000 square kilometers of ocean surface. Pilots wear night vision goggles to enhance their vision during night operations. The use of aerial refueling gives the B-52 a range limited only by crew endurance. It has an unrefueled combat range in excess of 14,000 kilometers. For more than 40 years, B-52 Stratofortresses have been the backbone of the manned strategic bomber force for the United States. The B-52 is capable of dropping or launching the widest array of weapons in the US inventory. This includes gravity bombs, cluster bombs, precision-guided missiles, and joint direct attack munitions. Facing increasing domestic pressure due to economic hardships experienced by consumers, the US president has issued a demand that Iran allow unrestricted passage through the Strait of Hormuz for all maritime traffic. He further threatened to target power plants and bridges should this demand not be met. This threat to strike civilian infrastructure has sparked extensive concerns and warnings regarding the potential commission of war crimes. In previous instances of increased tensions with Western countries, Iran has organized human chains around its nuclear facilities. Subsequently, a general from the Revolutionary Guard called upon parents to dispatch their children to staff checkpoints, which have been subjected to multiple airstrike attacks. According to his spokesperson, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres cautioned the United States that assaults targeting civilian infrastructure are prohibited under international law. Trump, speaking with reporters, said he's not at all concerned about committing war crimes with such attacks.